Howdy guys, welcome back to the Hermitcraft Hermit Pack modded server. Last time around we gained the Gift of Flight, so we got this going on now. Pretty easy with these Wings of the Bat from Actual Editions. We also finished our toast sandwich farm, which is actually producing toast sandwiches at a rate of about one toast sandwich every 4 seconds. So we got a lot of food in there now. And we also have our Actual Editions room over here with the Empower and a bunch of Actual Editions machines along the wall here. I still need to decorate this room, but first off, we need some more power, I think. So for right now, we just have the solar panel for our power, and that's good for half the day. Because during the night, it doesn't generate any power, because that's how solar power works. So we need to figure out a more permanent power solution. So I'm thinking perhaps we do, let's see, we do maybe the mechanism wind generators. So let's see, at mechanism. So let's see if we can find these things here. So they are right here, the wind generators. Yeah, these things. We need osmium ingots, which we have, enriched alloy, which we're going to need a metallurgic infuser. Then we'd need basic control unit, which seems pretty simple, and tablet, energy tablet, which needs more of this enriched alloy. So they seem pretty cheap to make. I'd also like to make a teleporter from this base to spawn. Get that hooked up to the teleporter network, which Wells and Biffa started. I think that would be one of our top priorities once we have enough power. So I'm thinking right now I might want to make the mechanism room back here, like in this wall here. I think that would be a pretty good spot for it. But let me see if I can find a spot here. We have plenty of basalt now because I went mining a little bit. And also I moved all the chests from out here. That is now all in our storage system right in here because I actually crafted up a 64K storage disk. So we got plenty of space now. We're not even close to being full. This is 7% full. This is not quite full either. So we got plenty of storage space now for all of our items. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, and we've made a lot of progress here on getting some more power generation. First of all, we have our increased vibrant capacitor bank, now stores 25 million RF right here, and you can see it's at 25 million RF, and this one's at 1 million, this is our old one right here, despite the fact that it is actually night out. So it's totally dark outside, but we're still generating power, and we'll see how we're doing that in just a moment. So we got that going on. Also, we got this room, the mechanism room, up and working. You can see we got some of these illuminating orbs where all the lights will eventually go, hopefully. Just thought it was a nice touch. We also have that same thing out here, so it gives kind of a neat effect when you're looking down this corridor here. All these illuminating orbs on the top. Makes it a lot lighter on the roof of this area. And in here we have a single mechanism machine right here, the metallurgic infuser. So if I were to go ahead and just, put something in here, like these osmium ingots, this would smelt up. It makes kind of a cool sound. You can just barely hear it. But this will make, I think, these enriched alloys. Or no, these basic control units, yeah. And we'll need these to make some wind generators, some of which we've already made. And by the way, this is being powered by this line here, which just sort of connects up to the rest of the main line in the other room over there. So this line basically goes all the way down here and then connects up in the middle to the actual main line. So that's that. And let's just go ahead and put this back in. We'll grab this out. There we are. So that's that. We also went ahead and decorated this other room over here, the Actual Editions room. Went ahead and put alabaster on the floor because it looks a lot better with the display stands and the Empower. But we finished up this room with the factory blocks, and the roof is finished, and the sides are finished. We just need the gold pillars in here. And some of these gold pillars, I've actually started to replace these actual blocks of gold with painted glowstone. So this one's actually emitting light right here. I think that would be a lot cheaper and we wouldn't waste a whole bunch of gold everywhere if we just did the painted version. So I'll probably end up doing that throughout the whole base. That way we don't have to have so much, torches everywhere lighting everything up. Let's see. Right, let's get to the power generation first, and then we'll get to what this thing is over here. So yeah, we want to make basically some of the wind generators. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll make a few more. Like I said, we already have a few. So wind generation right here. We need the energy tablets and the enriched alloy, which we have. We have the basic control unit as well. So there we go. Make some wind generators. Let's make a few more as well. This one right there. Another one. And let's see if we can make one more. They actually don't stack, unfortunately. Let's see if we can make one more. We need some energy tablets, I think. And then one more energy tablet. And then we can make the wind generator. There we go. Sweet. Alright, cool. So, let me go ahead and sleep through the night here real quick. And then we'll go up and see our new power generation. So, we'll just take flight right up here. Up we go. And yeah, this is our new power generation area right up here. You can hear it. Hear all the wind generators moving. So yeah, we have a bunch of wind generators from Mechanism. These are all generating quite a bit of power, actually. Looks like 80,000 RF per tick. Oh no, right here, 384 RF per tick. But that's actually being increased by this Torturino. So this Torturino I have, let's see, we wanted to have 5x5, and then I think I'm running this at 400%. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So yeah, everything here is being sort of boosted by 400%. So it's actually producing a lot more power than this, which is pretty awesome. It's pretty sweet. I need to get some dirt here. Just a few pieces of dirt. Yeah, you can hear the wind generators going. And because we're so high up here, I think the wind generators actually produce a lot more power than they normally would. So we'll just head on down here. We need to make this be like so, I believe. Yeah, like that. And let's just get out the wind generators. So there's one here. There's one here. And we need another one right here. Whoops, hold on. Let's make that one back a little further. Yeah, right there. Kind of amazing we can actually hold these wind generators in our inventory, right? So yeah, you can see it's generating power there. That one's at full. That one's at full already. All right, cool. So yeah, from here, basically we have a line that goes all the way down, and that powers all of our stuff. It's hooked up to the energy grid down there. So I need a few more of these enhanced energy conduits, I think, so we can hook up these wind generators. So let me just go ahead and head on down here. We'll get a few of those. But basically that's powering everything down here and making sure that, we still have power throughout the night when the solar panel is inactive. In fact, that thing up there is producing so much energy we might be able to just, disconnect this solar panel and put it elsewhere, put it to use elsewhere. But the wind generation also helps to power this. And this is actually our teleporter. So you see I made like a little fancy design here. I kind of like this. I think what I might do is I might make like the teleporter here, and then like on this next module here we put like the nether portal in the wall here. Sort of in the same design pattern. That would be kind of cool, I think. But anyway, this teleporter, the way this works, you see if we go into this, we have a bunch of stuff, a bunch of destinations we can go to. This is where we're currently at. So if we select this, we say we want to go from here to, let's say, the spawn village. We can check it to see. That used a little bit of energy. It says it's okay, so we have enough power to teleport there. And then we can just dial once. Green beam shows up, and then we walk through it. Starts the teleportation, and give it a minute here. There we go. And we end up here after we may or may not have just crashed after teleporting through here. But yeah, this brings us back to the spawn village. And of course we can travel to wherever we want to just by dialing the right location. So now we're going to go back here. Hopefully we don't crash this time. So we're going to go back from spawn to our base. We'll go ahead and dial once here. And we'll walk through. And give it another minute. Hopefully we don't crash here. Alright, I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. So anyways, guys, that is our teleporter. We can go pretty much anywhere now that we want. Any of these locations that are already connected to the teleporter network with just a click of a button. So that is pretty nifty. I like that. I like that a lot. And I like the design here. Sort of the interlaced, whatever this is, basalt chisel block right there. So that's pretty interesting. I think that is most of the new stuff here. Let me see. We're also smelting up, some vibrant alloys, which we're going to need. So let's just go ahead and make some of these energy conduits here. Need a few of those. I think that's actually all we need, to be honest with you. So we don't need those. Put those back. Alright, let's go ahead and head back up to the top of the mountain here. And we'll place down this last bit of cabling so that we get the maximum amount of energy out of these things. This might actually be outproducing the amount that these wires can transmit. There we go. So now we're hooked up, and now we should have just a crazy amount of power. Sweet. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. We might actually want to get 2 more of these. Perhaps. So we might like want to put one right there and right there. And you can see the tick rate has been greatly increased here by the Torturino. That's why the grass grows so quickly. But yeah, 2 more of these windmills would complete like this little super power area right here. But yeah, it's definitely producing a lot of power for us. So I'm pretty happy with it. So now that we have that windmill area going up there, I think we can actually go ahead and disconnect this bit down here. Disconnect this solar panel right here. And we might want to use this to power like a quarry or something like that. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do that right now. Go ahead and just disconnect it here. And we can take back all of this cabling back here as well. There we go. Perfect. There we go. That can remain there, I think. We should. Let's see if we can get this here. Yeah, it's still not going down, so we're still getting more than enough power to keep this thing totally maximized in terms of the amount of energy in there. So yeah, we got more than enough power right now. Very good, very good. All right, so what we're going to do, I think we'll probably go ahead and disassemble this. We might want to upgrade this to the Tier 2 Environmental Tech solar panel. And then we might... Let's see, what else could we do? We could upgrade it to the Tier 2, and then we could make like a void miner, I think is what the next thing for this thing is. Void miner, let's see. Void miner Tier 1, Tier 2. So this is the Tier 2 void miner. We need, how many? 3 Tier 1 controllers, 4 diamond blocks, a laser core, which is not too bad. And what else? Clear lens, which also does not look to be too bad. Yeah. So we can make that as part of like a quarry, or we could just simply move this and maybe make like a quantum quarry. Where's that at? Quantum quarry? Yeah, quantum quarry. So it requires a nether star, stone burnt, end stone. This might be the way to go, actually. And then I think we have to have 4 or 5 of these quantum quarry actuators. So this might actually be the way to go, this quantum quarry. Seems like it's a little bit more of an endgame item. Mines blocks from a hypothetical dimension that might have existed. Requires actuators to be attached to all sides. That sounds pretty epic, actually. So let's try and go for this. Let's try and go for the quantum quarry. Alright, quantum quarry coming right up. Just go ahead and put the stuff in here. Quantum quarry. Yes, please. I'll take it. Extra utilities too. Okay, so now can we make this is the question. We need the pickaxe. So that should be pretty easy. So diamond... pickaxe. Let's go ahead and make one of those. And actually we're going to need 4 of these, I believe. Because we need 1 quarry actuator on each side, I think. So let's see if we can now make them. Quantum quarry actuator. Right there. There's 1. See if we can make the next one. No, we need more stone burnt stuff. That I think is andesite. So we need our andesite over here. Andesite is like playing a star role in this episode. There we go. And we need to place this over here, I think, in this resonator. I'm fairly certain. Actually, we might need these polished versions in here to get the stone burnt stuff. Right? No? How do we get the stone burnt stuff? Let's see. Stone burnt. Place polished. Oh, polished stone. Okay. That's different than the andesite. It looked like andesite to me. But we just need bricks. Okay, that's even cheaper. Fantastic, I like it. So we'll put this back over here. Put that back. And we'll get out some of this stuff. Make this stuff into the bricks. Make this stuff into the polished stone. There we are. Perfect. And then put this into the resonator, right? Yeah, and then we just power this right there. And that should then be, yeah, making the stone burnt stuff. So I'll make a few stone burnt stuff here just by simply right-clicking this. And yeah, I'll be back. Alright guys, so it's been a little bit of time now. And yeah, we've just been cranking this manual mill like crazy. And we got 17 stone burnt. That's pretty decent for me, I think. I'm just going to go ahead and take out the rest of this. I think that will be enough to make the other couple of actuators. I'm hoping. So let's see. So we go in here. Once again, quantum actuator. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. We'll put the rest inside there. Put this in there. Put that in there. Okay, cool. So, I'm not exactly sure how much power this quantum quarry will take. I'm guessing it's going to be a decent amount. Let me actually do some testing in the creative world to see how much it takes, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I did a bit of testing with the quantum quarry, and yeah, it turns out that the tier 1 solar panel, even during the day, is not enough to power the quantum quarry fully. Like, it just sort of starts and stops and starts and stops. So that's not what we want. We want it to keep going the whole time. We want it to harvest things for us. So we're going to head in here, and we are going to craft up the tier 2 solar panels. So let's see what we need. Tier 2 lightning rod. Don't need that yet. Tier 2 solar controller right here. So what do we need? We need 2 tier 1s, which we have one out there. So we need to craft up one of those. We also need the solar cell, some diamond blocks. Let's see what we got here. So we got all the blocks. We just need the solar cell and another solar panel controller tier 1. So that shouldn't be too bad, I don't think. Yeah, pretty straightforward to make some of these. So I'll go ahead and make this, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I think we got everything we need now. We got our quantum quarry. We got 6 quarry actuators. We actually need 6 because there's 6 sides of the quantum quarry. Then we got an item filter, which we're going to use in the quarry, perhaps. We got 25 solar cells, 25 tier 2 structure blocks, and a tier 2 solar panel controller. Nice. I think that should work. I think that should be good enough. So, let's make our way out here. I want to go ahead. I think I'm going to put this out here for now just because it's, you know, there's access to the sky everywhere. Let's put it right here, actually, where the old solar panel was. Except let's do this. Let's build it up a little bit. I just want to see how this thing works. So let's put the quarry itself. Let's get rid of this. Put the quarry itself right here. Right there. There we are. And we just got to surround these with the actuators. Like this on every side. There and there. And now we have our interface. See, it has no redstone power right now. Level goes from 255 down to 0. And then you can also filter stuff out, which we might do here. You can also put enchanted books in there, so like Fortune or Silk Touch. It can be controlled by redstone signals. You can have it on all the time. Use only with redstone. Use only when redstone is off. I'm just going to keep it on always on right here, though. And then we put our tier 2... Whoops, controller on there. Give me the bag back. Thank you. So let's just come on up here. We'll put this down right on top of this. We're just going to put it right on top, directly on top. And then we need our tool, our assembler, if I have it. Nope, I don't have it. Let me go back down. We'll get the assembler going on here. So, make our way over here. Assembler, that's what we need. Very nice. Put that in our tools case as well. Let's get some toast out. We need to eat. Perfect. Okay, let's go and assemble this thing. And once we assemble this thing, it should start working. We should see the power fill up on it. And everything should start to go. So, there we go. Multi-block assembly complete. Alright, everything's getting power. Fully powered, fully powered, fully powered, fully powered. Yep, everything is good to go. So now it's ready to start mining stuff, looks like. Sweet, so let's go ahead and put down a block, our storage block right here. And there we go. We got ourselves a mine. Automatic quarry. Very nice. How fast is this going to go? Yeah, you can see the power is not fluctuating, so this during the day is going to give it enough power to continuously mine. But you can see it's going to grab basically everything, which is not really what we want, to be honest. So I think we'll wait for this to fill up a little bit, and then we will, put like some type of filter on this to mine only like the good stuff, like the ores, like iron and copper and gold and stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. We might also want to get a book, an enchanted book of some type. So let's go ahead and get on in here. We'll try and get an enchanted book. See if we can get like maybe a fortune book. That would be really nice. So let me see if I have a book in here. Book. Yes. Very good. Let me bring one of these too. We also might need like lapis lazuli, I think. Let me go over here and see what the enchanter has for us. This thing you can actually specify the book you want. So XP boost, no. Auto smelt, no. Protection, no. No. Feather falling. Respiration. Where's the good stuff at? Come on. I know you're in here. I know you're in here. Knockback. Looting. There's Silk Touch. Slime Ball and Lapis. Mending. Unbreaking. Fortune. Here we go. Emeralds and Lapis. Okay. That's what we need. Emeralds and Lapis. And then, of course, we got our XP loot over here. Let's just grab some of these. And thank you guys who told me we can actually shift right click to spend all these levels. There we go. 27 is what we need. That's pretty useful. And then we just need some emeralds, I think, which we got right here. We got some of the lapis. Let's just get a little bit more. There we are. Alright, so now we should be able to grab a Fortune 3 book, I think, from this thing. So if we put a book and quill in here, along with some emeralds, and this, Fortune 3. Dun 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 dun! Sweet. Alright, cool. So we'll put this on our quarry. How are we doing over here? Holy smokes! Alright, let's make that be redstone on. So now it's stopped at level 25. It also, it's cool that it shows you like the biome it mines from as well. I wonder if there's a way you can like tell it to do certain things in certain biomes. That would be pretty awesome, actually. But yeah, we're getting a lot of different stuff here. That's pretty sweet. And then I think if we change it to always on, it'll still keep mining. That's pretty quick. This is really fast, actually. Wow, that's insanely fast. All right, so let's make an item filter. Let's see. If present, the quarry will auto destroy any items that do not match the filter. Okay, so basically we want to make a blacklist here. So let's see. What do we want to blacklist? Let me put this down. Well, actually, let me dump off some stuff over here. Let me dump off all this stuff. Yeah, let's dump off all this stuff over here. This, 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 that, this, and that. There. Alright, and let's actually go ahead and turn this thing off. Because I think this is a pretty good sample of what we're going to get overall from this thing. So basically we want all the good stuff here, like the quartz ores, the gold ores, resonating ore, copper, iron. That's what we really want. And this thing is super fast. I'm amazed. I'm amazed that this is so fast. But let's just turn this off for right now. So, for the filter, we want to filter out probably granite. Definitely filter out cobblestone. Dirt. Let's see. Clay is probably something we want to filter out. Diorite, for sure. What else? Limestone. That looks like something that we're getting a lot of. Andesite will filter out. Granite we already got. Alabaster. Maybe we filter out, yeah, marble as well. Marble and alabaster. That's most of what we need. So let's just open up this item filter. So I think we just plop these in here. So dirt, granite, cobble, clay, diorite, limestone, andesite, marble, alabaster. So all those will not be, we want to make that a blacklist. So all those now will not be mined. And let's also put this Fortune 3 book in there. And let's start it back up. There we go. Now you can see we're just getting the ores now, pretty much. Yeah, copper's coming in there. There's some tin coming in. That's sweet. Yeah, awesome. So let's just clear out all this cobblestone. And we should have just ores and important materials coming through now. You know what? Instead of putting this blacklist on here so that it mines everything except this, might just be better to make this a whitelist. Get rid of these things in here. And then put what we want in here. So like we want tin, I would say. We want copper. That's pretty useful. Definitely want iron. Lead, probably not. Osmium, we might want that. Gold, yes. More copper, okay. Bauxite. I don't think we want apatite. We definitely want diamond and coal, probably. For right now, at least. So diamond and coal, let's make sure that gets on here. We also want emerald. Emerald would be nice. So emerald. We want lapis. And we want diamond. And we also want some redstone. Redstone dust, I believe. So, put all this stuff in there. Gold, diamond, emerald, lapis, redstone. Pretty much all the good stuff, basically. There we go. And we want to make sure this is whitelist. There we go. All right. So, let's put this in here and run it for a little bit of time. Right there. We got the Fortune 3 book in there. So, yeah, we should be good to go now. So, let's just turn this back on. I should put a lever on this as well. But we should see a few things start to filter in. Yep, there we go. There's some tin. There's some iron. Good. Looks to be working. I'll let this run for a little while, and we'll see what it looks like once we get back. Alright, guys. So there we go. We got our Tier 2 solar panel up and working, powering our quarry. So this thing will run all the time during the day. Looks like it's in an ice plain spikes biome now, which is pretty interesting. You can see the stuff coming in there. We already got 18 diamonds, a bunch of redstone, a bunch of tin, copper, and iron, as well as a little bit of gold. For the item filter, we have these items. I decided to go ahead and switch out the basalt and the emerald because I'm not sure if the basalt actually comes through. We should be getting a lot of basalt, but we're not for whatever reason. But yeah, we'll see if any comes through because we need that for our base. That would be nice to have a good supply of basalt because I'm running a little bit low. 39 basalt, that's pretty low. Anyways, yeah, we got that up and going. We'll leave that running. And, of course, we do want to, eventually make it so that it runs 24/7. So we might put, like, a capacitor bank in here somewhere and power it via the windmills up here. That would be nice to get it running and get it going all the time. Let's see, I got my spawning thing up right now. So, yeah, of course, we're going to also, hook some stuff up and do some ore doubling, tripling, quadrupling with mechanism, perhaps, in this room. So we may need to move over the quarry eventually, but for right now, I think it's fine. What we're going to do now is we're going to sort of switch gears. I want to do some of the Hermit Quest stuff. So I think we're going to fight a hermit today. So choices are myself, Joe Hills, or Good Times with Scar, I think. Let me just see. At Hermit. Yeah, let's see. So we got Cleo. This is, I believe, Scar. This is myself. And this is Joe Hills. So let's see. How about we do this? How about we pick each block out of here. Castle Diorite. And Cosmic Dust. And actually, let's craft up the Cosmic Dust block. By the way, this Cosmic Dust, this actually functions as, like, redstone. So check this out. If we have, like, a redstone torch. Whoops. Redstone torch. Just make one real quick. Look at this. This is really awesome. So this is sort of like Mumbo's bluestone, if you will. And this actually does, like, power things, I believe. So that's pretty neat. But that is my block right there, the Cosmic Dust block. This was added specifically for the Hermits. Custom-made mob by, I think, Wintergrave, I believe. So let's put these blocks into a dispenser, which we got right here. And we'll grab a button and determine who we're going to fight. So there we go. Perfect. All right, let's get our dispenser out here. Put it in here. So this was Good Times with Scar. This is Joe Hills. This is Zombie Cleo. And this is myself. So here we go. We're going to put this down right there. Who are we fighting? Is that us? We're fighting Cubfan135, guys. Here we go. Let me get the stuff. I think we need a Hermit Summoner. The mod is called Hermit Quest that adds this stuff. I think we need this, the Hermit Summoner. So we need blocks of gold and blocks of quartz. Alright, here we go. Hermit Summoner. Hermit Summoner, right there. Bum, bum, bum. Hermit Quest Summoner. Alright, awesome. Now, let's see. I'm not exactly sure how this works, to be honest with you. Let's see. We should probably sleep through the night, so we want to do this during the daytime so we can see. And so, my character here, my character is pretty deadly. He spits cosmic dust. So, like, he literally spits this out at you, like that. And this will temporarily blind a player for a short amount of time. That's my sort of special ability. But, luckily I have a weakness. And that weakness is shears. Yes, shears are my weakness, believe it or not. So let's go over here. We'll find a sort of like a empty spot where we can fight myself. It's kind of weird. I don't really know how to grammatically, like, do this. So, yeah, we'll see. Let's try spawning myself in here. So here's the summoner. Do I put this on top? And then maybe we need to do something else, maybe? Oh, what the world? Oh, okay. Holy smokes. Okay, I'm flying away. I don't know. Alright, where am I? Cubfan135 boss is out. Wow, that was intense. Alright, where did I go? Okay. Okay, here. Right here. Alright, shears. Get the shears out. That's my weakness. Alright, where's he at? There he is. There he is. He's dual wielding. Oh, oh. Got him. Oh, I can't tell if it's me who's doing this speaking or not. Looks like it's not. Okay, I should move. I should fly away. I need to get some toast going in my system. You can see he's shooting. Alright, he's low. Oh, God. Okay, where's he at? There he is. Get him. Get him. Yes! Got him. Haha! Get wrecked, myself. Got it. Alright, sweet. So we got Cubfan135 reward banner and Cub's coat, which is actually my beautiful coat that you can see right here on me. So if I... Oh, yeah. Double coat, baby. Coat on top of a coat. Very nice, very nice. I'm digging it. Sweet. So, yeah, this coat, this Cub's coat, this actually is not too bad of armor. And this actually protects you from splash potions and the wither effect. So if you're going to be fighting the wither, very useful to get my coat. And actually, I think there is like an add-on you can do to add this to, let me see. Yeah, you can put a jetpack on this as well. So that's pretty cool. Jetpack. So yeah, you can make yourself fly with this thing on. So yeah, if you're fighting the like witches or the wither, definitely check that out. Let me see what my banner looks like. Oh yeah, baby! Look at that! Looking all fancy with my gears and my like rockets or whatever. Yeah, that's freaking sweet. That's a cool banner, actually. I like that. All right, let's go ahead and fly on back. We'll get the Hermit Summoner. Man, that was that was terrifying when I first came in. Woo! Son of a gun. All right. That was awesome. That was a lot of fun. Hopefully I'm going the right way. Yeah, I am. Okay. Sweet. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. So yeah, anytime we fight the wither, I'm going to put on my coat, because that will help and prevent us from getting withered. Let's see if we got anything else in here. Any other goodies that's come in yet? Maybe not. Nope. Lag spike of death just happened. That's why. Alright, let's try it again. Got anything good in here? Hopefully we do. Yeah, we got... Okay, Lapis Lazuli is coming in now, too. Fantastic. Good deal. Alright, so, let's go ahead and we'll come on over here. I think I want to put this... Will this still display? No, this won't display up there. Let's put it on the wall, then. I think what we should do... We should make like a hermit wall. Because I want to eventually fight every hermit. So we'll make like a hermit wall here. I'll get my item frame out. Item frame. We'll put my coat in there. Or actually, maybe the coat will render. Let's see what... Oh, oh, oh! Internal server error. We crashed the server, guys. RIP to server. Yep. Looks like some stuff crashed. Let's see if we can log back on. Please, server. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so it is now several in real life hours later. I've been trying to log back onto the server, and for some reason could not. And it turns out that Cub's coat, my own coat that we got for defeating the Cubfan135 boss, was actually causing me to crash. So just be aware if you're playing this mod pack, and you decide to fight me to get this banner and Cub's coat, which protects you from the wither and stuff, just be aware that it'll cause you to crash. So big shout out to Hypno for actually helping me out and deleting the Cub's coat from my inventory. Hopefully that'll be fixed in one of the next updates. We've already talked to Scaldo about it, but that's what happened there. So yeah, I was going to put Cub's coat in this item frame here to sort of display it as like a trophy item. But since we can't do that now, we're just going to go ahead and put the cosmic dust right there underneath my banner. And so we'll do this for all the hermits. I'll put all the hermits banners maybe in here or in another room, and also put their item below them, if assuming it doesn't, crash you like my coat does right now. But anyways, yeah, that is, I think, going to be it for me today, guys. By the way, we are painting up some glowstone. That's why there's no gold over here. There we go. That'll give us some light in this area. And then I think the next one goes like right here. So yeah, I'll probably go ahead and do this for next time. Just replace all the solid gold blocks with glowstone so we can have some more light in here. And we got a lot done this episode. We got the teleporter up. We got more power going on. We got a quarry out here. We got our toast sandwich farm. chugging away. This thing's probably almost full by now, isn't it? Let's check. Oh, yeah. It's getting there. It's getting there. Very nice. Alright, so next time I think we're going to go ahead and work on some storage stuff. So we need to hook up these drawers to our storage system. Hook up the quarry to our storage system. Hook up the ender chest to our storage system. So we're going to be doing a lot in this room, changing this up. But until next time, guys, I think that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Cub. Goodbye.